Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nadeem. Security role is the most complex part to understand. I am still struggling to master it. That's true. Good morning, Deepak. Good morning. You know, I have faced many challenges. Even I have done lot of work related to the security role. So I would like to explain you in such a manner so that at least you can understand. I'm not telling like you become a expert in 1 hour session, but if some of the candidate you don't know anything related to the security role, how it's work, why it's needed, how to implement it, so you can at least able to understand how we can achieve those security. Maybe some of the resource they are working in another application, so they also need to implement similar architecture if they have to perform similar things. Hey, Lokinder Chauhan also joined today. Good morning. Vishal, good morning. Prachi, good morning. Aswani, good morning. Mohit, morning. Thakur King, morning. Tushar also joined. Pratik also joined. Okay, morning, morning. Okay, so let's get started because it requires some additional, efforts to understand it completely. So let's not waste our time here, but make sure you guys have to join little early so that we can respect each other time. Okay. Let me try to log into Dynamic CRM as well. So I'm asking one, do you have anything to whatever we discussed yesterday so that at least complete our pending item. Let me try. Any questions? Ask Deepak ji also to join. No previous queries. That's great. Can we change the data type of primary columns after creating few records of them? If we talk about primary column, what it mean? Can we change the data type of primary column? You mean to say the entity GUID primary columns or field or any specification can you give? Primary field data type like text to int. You mean to say name field? Name field is not supported, but maybe if you have done some R&D, some any other things, and you have changed it because there are XRM toolbox, we can even change the data type directly even without even system never allow you to even delete the primary field like name field. But let me also know if you have done any research on that one because I have not done similar types of R&D, but I don't think so system allow you, but if is there any other tools like with the help of XRM toolbox, we are changing the data type. So if you have tried that field as well, so let me know as well. Morning. So our today agenda here is module 7, security, governance and data modeling. Microsoft, given that level of security model, so that the different organization, different types of organization, they are attracting to install or implement this dynamic CRM application, because the data model security is very important most of the organization, and even there are different country norms if we are talking about. So maybe US federation, they have different data security models. It means they are telling you cannot store personal information even if not required, and even where you are storing that personal information, in which location you are storing, what is the data retention policy for that particular data. So every country they have their own norms, every organization they have to follow their norms as well. So that's the reason, even if they have to achieve some security norms, some security model based on the different country ways, so our application should be adopt all those uh, rules, models. Suppose there is one different country, China. China never allow their people's data so that you can store outside from China's region. So there are strict rules and regulation. You cannot achieve even if your application don't have that level of capability. So that level of capability, and even there are some industry wise requirement, so that we have to achieve all those requirements in such a manner so that we can fulfill the industry to industry requirement, as well as there are lookups and lookups for other end user as well. It is not like even if we have given that level of security, so that even one user need to, even one user is opening one record multiple times, so they are getting multiple pop-ups, they are closing those pop-ups, they are entering user ID or password, they are adding multiple times that two-way authentication factor. So it is not like it's very difficult even to handle sometimes. So in this particular model here, I will explain you what types of option Microsoft is giving. So let's start from here. So dynamic CRM security model, what we have here. We have here business unit and organization. How we can define business units and organization hierarchy? You should understand the core functionality, core organization hierarchy, so that we can achieve that one. So I will tell you, every company, any company, they have to follow similar approach. I'm not saying every organization they have to follow this particular approach, but mostly they are having this level of hierarchy. What is the hierarchy here? So here we have logical boundaries. Root business unit. So we should have a root business unit in every organization. we are calling head office. Managing their all the company from their head office. So that is called root business unit in dynamic CRM. Business unit, primary business unit, root business unit, or top or means top level of hierarchy. So maybe every company they may divide it maybe in different zones, maybe different circles. Maybe suppose a company is working across all the globe, all the different country. So they may divided their business into different zones like Asia Pacific and North America, South America, and maybe they may divide different zone. So similarly, if we are talking about, let me open one Excel. Suppose there is one company running their office or their business in India only. I am giving you one example. So they may have hierarchy like they may have their head office in Delhi, HO, and maybe they may divided their different office, maybe north, east, west, or south. So, and in that manner, maybe they may have different hierarchy here. What level of hierarchy in north? They may have different even regional. In north also, they may have uh, N1, N2, or maybe they may have different hierarchy. They may have even complex logic as well. N1, N2, and maybe N3, N4. And under those one, N11, N12, likewise they may have N21 and 2. Why they have divided into manner? Any idea? Anyone? So that they can distribute their business in different regions, different location person, they are different, users, they may work maybe their local language, they may do some activity maybe based on their local area. So it is not like they have to worry about other regional office as well. Suppose one person is working in N1, so it is not like he has to take care anything related to N2. Maybe if one person is belongs to N1, he need not to worry about any region related to the south region. But in that organization, there might be some people who need to take care N1, also N11, also N12, or maybe also N22. That may be called regional officer that directly belongs to this particular area. Let's try to understand this architecture, this design. Otherwise, you never learn. Most of the I already told you yesterday as well. You are thinking this session is recorded. We can, utilize this recorded session again. But even if you are not able to concentrate at this time, you never learn. This is very complex thing. Most of the developers they can write any JavaScript, they can write any other logic as well with the help of any AI tools. But if you don't have any understanding related to those security role on and this organization structure and how primarily it will work, you never understand the security role. If you have your own other priority, it's better. No need to waste your time as well. You can leave. But try to understand this particular session very carefully. So I explained you, like maybe they may have different level of hierarchy. Maybe one person is belongs to N1, another person is belong to N11, another person is depend on N12. Suppose even in each regional office, they may have other different types of user. Suppose there is N1, or we can take one user. Suppose here is there is a Noida office belongs to this particular region. So even in this Noida region, we may have different departments as well. Departments means in Noida we may have HR person, we may have finance FNO users, we may have any development team, and maybe we may have any salesperson. Even they have their own different types of requirement, their different types of work, and even they don't want to even check what HR team is doing, what FNO team is doing, what development team is doing, and what their sales representatives are doing. So they are majorly work on their own task. Maybe this HR person may be directly related to this best head office, maybe regional head office, that his that user manager. So maybe this FNO department, they may be directly connected to this regions users, or maybe from this head office users. Maybe the development team, there is no need to check any activity related to those particular users. So there might be different hierarchy even in the same department as well. So how to handle all those things? So uh, Microsoft is divided their hierarchy in this particular manner, like they are creating all those information, all those uh, department or head office in a business unit. So they are creating a business unit, like they are creating parent business unit, and they are creating a child business unit. So how we are linking this particular relationship? If this particular E region, if they have parent as HO, so it means this particular E office directly belong to this particular head office. And if there is no parent, it means that is a primary business unit, or organization level business unit, or head office. So in that manner, we are creating the hierarchy of a organization. So how we are deciding, like what types of work their team is doing? So in that one, that is the primary understanding for our business analyst or any salesperson or any pre-sales person team, so that we can take a decision like, hey, in this particular team, what types of departments they are running, what types of user they are working, and what types of activity they are doing on daily basis. Suppose here in this particular department there is a salesperson. They have to take care daily their daily telecalling activity. They have to call to the end customer, and they are asking, hey, you have contacted us, you have reached, or you try to reach our regional office, or you try to visit our website and try to get this particular product information. So what types of your requirement here? So they are just try to all that particular representative, they are filling those information, and they are setting all those information which are required related to the one specific activity, and they have to work only their own task. Why? Because They have certain tasks, like for each sales representative, they have to call on daily basis maybe 50 leads, and they have to reach and they have to fill those records. That is the target for daily basis. So they are doing that activity. And but what they are doing and what others person, maybe in N1 we have 10 representative, N1 we have maybe S1, S2, S3. So even what they are doing, they have 10 leads, maybe they have 12 leads, maybe they have 15 leads, but they don't know in which particular lead S1 is doing and what S2 is doing, and they even don't know what S3 is doing. If they know, maybe there might be some conflict of interest. Hey, this particular lead is belongs to $500, and I'm working on $100 lead only. So I may have different level of revenue than why I'm doing. So they may have different level of conflict. So we have decided whatever you are working, uh, you have to do. You need not to worry about what others are doing. So we have that level of mechanism. We need not to showcase what others are doing. So in that manner, in that level of situations, what we have to do, like some of the companies saying, hey, we have a regional office, we want to give that level of access permission. They cannot trace or they cannot read what others are doing, even in the sales same office. So how to achieve that one? That is the simple requirement. That is a very straightforward and simple requirement sometimes. Maybe if they are saying, hey, in these particular regions, there are three sales representative, but their manager, maybe sales manager, they are able to see all those three users data, what they are daily doing. How you can achieve that one? One salesperson can do their own work, but sales manager, they can see all three sales representative. That is the secondary requirement. And third person is saying, hey, maybe sales manager, this is the sales manager, and he is handling 3%. There is another sales manager who is handling S4, S5, and S6. They are handling another, suppose this is sales manager 1, there is sales manager 2. So similarly, even in the same office, they may have more than one sales manager. So how to deal that level of configuration in dynamic CRM if we have similar requirement? Even here, maybe in our office, maybe suppose we have 30 team members. Every 30 team members, we have divided three set, like 10 team members working with one person, next 10 person working with another person, next 30 or 10 members working with another members. But there are one person who can even see all those information what is going on in this particular office. That is called business unit. Business unit means this regional office. So we have one hierarchy, means BU level. BU means business unit. It could be regional office, it could be HO office, it could be any place associated to this particular hierarchy. So if we are talking about BU means business unit, any corporate office. It could be regional office, it could be any local office, it could be any head office. If we have to control all those information at the BU level, so if A user is belongs to directly associated to this business unit level. And if we have given, permission at the business unit level, they can see all those information related to the business unit level. If we have given, access permission to the parent child relationship, so they can see all record related to the child record. Child means any team members reported to a manager. So if he is able to see all the data, related to business unit, we have to give BU level. So let's discuss in this particular hierarchy, maybe in this particular sheet, and we'll cover. So here we have divided like this particular company hierarchy. We have showcase here. So the root business unit for this particular environmental hierarchy. Child business unit facilitate regional or departmental isolation. Control data visibility via inheritance and security roles, scope. Users and teams belongs to exactly one business unit. So what it means? A user, we have to add either any business. Okay, one more thing. So suppose uh, we have users and we have teams. So team structure also you need to understand. So in dynamic CRM, I will show you how we have to create a teams and what is the benefit of team, so that you can understand, better. Meantime, do you have any questions? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here in the security level, if we are opening this particular platform, even in the setting level, so we are seeing here security. So here we have some option in the under security section, users and teams. Mainly we are talking about users and teams. What is the meaning of users and what is the meaning of team and why that team is needed here? So users means if you are part of this particular table, what it mean? You have to be part of this particular table, then only you are able to access that environment. It is not like you are part of this particular table, you should have a proper security role as well. So Microsoft is charging based on your active users. So you, if you want to access this application, you should part of this particular table, means users table. And then suppose, okay, I got it. Any employee, if they want to access, you should part of a users tables. Then what is the benefit of team here? Why teams comes into the picture if we can manage everything in the users? So in the teams level, suppose we have a admin center. Admin center means suppose a user is coming, a new employment or new hiring is, going on. If there is a user coming and we have to give the application access, so what we have to do? Our backend team, they have to create a user, and they have to give a proper security role to that particular user. Okay, so it means if a new user is coming, we have created a new user in user table and added proper security role. So this is the daily activity. So suppose if a user comes and a user join HR department. So we have to give an HR module access. If a user comes into the FNO department, finance and operation, so we have to add into appropriate finance operation and have to give proper security role to these particular users so that they can access and they can perform their daily activity. Suppose there is another users that is belongs to sales team. There is uh, another users coming into the marketing team. They are doing the same thing. Another they have different dev teams, and even not only dev teams, they have another different types of development team. Maybe DevOps team, they have different and they have maybe other SAP users. Maybe they may have different types of user, so they require different types of applications access. So what happened? Suppose if one person, even this is the onboarding. Now one person is leaving the organization. They have to remove the access. Now this is a very crucial or complex activity on day-to-day basis. The backend team or admin team, they have to perform that action. Hey, this person is coming. Now which particular security role we have to give? Oh, this is the very crucial, like, hey, like in FNO or sales team. So even in the sales team, there are senior manager, there are junior manager, and even there is a sales representative. So it's very difficult even to handle all those situations. And even in marketing levels also, there is a junior and even architect level person also, and there is a management level. They are not doing that level of activity, so it's very difficult sometimes to manage all those users. So now there is one person comes with some interactive solution, or they are telling, hey, what to do. There should be one, that level of activity, that level of action. We have to create a different teams. What is team? Suppose if we can create a team, and we can even create different types of team, like HR team. Okay, HR team. Okay, we have created HR team. HR team. Okay, even not only HR team, we can create junior HR team, and we can provide junior HR team to a specific proper security role. So suppose junior HR team or senior HR team, junior HR team, and even management or manager of HR. So even we have different types of even HR, different group, and even in this senior HR team, there is a 20 users. Here we have 25 users, and even here we have 5 users. So what to do? What they are doing to manage things, like if a person is joining as a senior manager, senior HR. So what they have to do? They have to add. They have done everything. They have done every setup. Even they have done security role at the teams level as well. We can give security role at the teams level as well. So it is not like one user is joining. They have to create a new users and they have to assign that security role. Now if we are working in these secondary modules, like we have created different types of team. So senior finance and operation team, and similarly junior finance and operation team, manager HR finance and operation team. Maybe here we have 10 users, we may have 20 users, we may have 30 users, maybe n numbers of we have different teams. And even if a person is joining, what they have to do? They have to add a team members into this particular team. That's it, nothing else. So they can easily track, hey, how many team members we are having. And even if one person is having senior role, so they have to part of this particular team. That's it. If he's leaving from the organization, they can easily identify that, checking, hey, what is the title of this particular user? They can simply open and they can remove this particular user. That's it, nothing else. No need to deactivate that user, no need to remove that particular user license, that particular other activity as well. So there is a different types of managing how we have organized our system, and how to optimize our resource so that they can easily, or uh, how we are managing our system here. So that is the part that we are doing with the help of users and team. So even how, even there is this teams integration. So what happened, even I will tell you one more actually, whenever we are talking about, so we have more even that capability in our system. Like suppose we have AD authentication. AD means active directory. You may come to know like what is active directory. There are many person, they are saying, hey, we always see new types of keywords. What is the meaning of active directory? Active directory. So what is the meaning of active directory? Like suppose there are this is also managed or to maintain the users. Maybe it is not like one organization is having only dynamic CRM. Dynamic CRM is a very big application. So this is a part of other applications. So big organization, they may have office license. They may have different types of other software, like other even laptop login also, laptop. And even they may have their timesheet entry software also. And even there might be some claim related other software also. Maybe any organization SAP for inventory, maybe they may have any finance and operation, any software. So maybe we may have a number of different software in our system to run our business. But how to authenticate, how to secure those applications so that we can track who is login, who, even if authenticated user only can access their application or their data. It is not like a one person is left the organization, even they are still able to log in into their or company on premises or any other information. So how to control that activity? So every organization, they are managing all the users from active directory. So from this particular software, they are managing the authentication part. If that user is active, they can access their organization level data. Either it is belongs to office or laptop, timesheet entry, claim, SAP, FNO, or CRM, or any other applications. So they have to be part of this active directory so that they can access all or any application. But now there is one more points comes into the picture. So why we are using active directory? We can create user in office. We have to log in this particular laptop with their local user. And even in the timesheet entry, maybe in timesheet entry they may create a user and ID and password. Why every time they have to authenticate from this application? Claim, they don't have any user provision. They can create a user and they can simply provide user ID and password similar to say SAP, FNO, and CRM. Why active directory comes into the picture? Why? Because it is not like if they have to log in into the office, they have to remember user ID and password for office. They have to remember login and user ID and password for laptop. So one points comes into the picture. We should have a common user ID and password so that we should remember. Otherwise we have to write user id and password for office, maybe some another one place, laptop for another place, timesheet entry for another place. So user has to be very, careful when they are trying to log in into the CRM. Hey, we have user id for password for this one. Oh, I'm trying to log in CRM with SAP id. Oh my god, how to log in, how to remember. So to avoid all those situations, so there is a common login applications comes into the picture, that is called single sign on. Whatever user and ID and password provided by Active Directory, same user ID and password we have to log in Office, laptop, timesheet, claim, SAP, FNO, CRM, or maybe any app organization related access application we have to do. So, what is the benefit here with the help of this Active Directory login? We need not to remember n number of user ID and password. We have to use single sign on. You should remember this keyword. Single sign on is very important if we are working for any organization. Either we are creating a custom application, or we are creating or we are working on any organization related applications. So now this Active Directory, now conditions comes here, even why we are not creating uh, different teams here even in the Active Directory, so that it can directly sync to the different application. It is not like, hey, even if we have created a users in Active Directory, then we have to create users in Office, we have to create users in laptop, timesheet entry, claims, SAP, FNO, and claims. Then again there is a header. So is there any provision we can create a user in Active Directory in one place, and it could be directly synced to all the applications which are active in our across the organization? That is also possible. So we have that AD user authentication. We have to do this AD directly authentication, like we can sync that Active Directory to Dynamic CRM also. We have that option. Like maybe some person, any interviewer, they can ask, hey, have you done any Active Directory integration? So that is a direct AD authentication. So what happened? So what happened in directly, whenever a user added into the Active Directory, there is a sync running every interval. Maybe it could be frequency, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, or maybe once in a day. Once that user is added into Active Directory, it will directly sync to the CRM. And there is a provision, if a user created from this particular one, we can write some scripting, cell scripting, or any other activity. If it is a part of this particular team, we have to add this particular user into this particular team, so user or security role also directly associated with that particular user. So that level of automation we have to do if we are working with this particular integration part. If suppose if one user is added here in the Active Directory, it should automatically maybe sync to the Office, SAP, FNO, and I know there is a direct integration with CRM. I don't know if it is working for other application also, but I know it will directly sync to this particular team, and it will directly associated to that particular security role, and user can directly log in into the dynamic CRM. But there is a catch also here. Suppose if we want, or we have a approval process, like if you want to have a, if a new user is coming, so you should raise a request, you should get a license for this particular application. It is not like if you have added one user here and you get all the applications access. You should have a proper approval process. There is a costing involved, so maybe there might be n number of teams also available in Active Directory. If approval is coming, So there might be some generic different group created in Active Directly. If you are part of that one, you automatically get Office access, maybe timesheet access, or maybe other application access. But if you are belonging to CRM team, you have to get a approval so that you can get the dynamic CRM license access. And if you are part of that one, they make add into one specific team, it will directly sync to the appropriate team member and you can get the access. That is the part of automation. Now you understand the benefit or difference in it, users and teams, why we are creating teams, what is the benefit of teams. So you can understand easily whatever we are talking about in this particular session. Hope it is clear for everyone. Sleeping, understanding, or I'm not able to explain you properly. I'm try to explain you in such a manner so that at least you can have basic understanding and we can proceed further. Okay, let's proceed here with next step here. So we are talking about users and teams belong to exact one business unit. Okay, now go to the next here section, core security privilege here. So here core security privilege means Microsoft is dividing our work in such a manner, either you have to work in different manner. Different manner means suppose there is a user who can create a record. Create a record means you are part of you are part of a team who is creating a record. Maybe you are creating a record or you are reading a record. Creating a record means you are a data entry operator, you are creating a new record, or you are part of a team, you are getting bulk data, or you may have to add that data into the system. That is the one thing, creating or reading. Reading means you are able to see some data. Creating means you have to add some new data which are not available into the system. So we can control all those options from the security privilege. So those, if are you able to create that record or not, we can control. I can give you create privilege. You can create only, even you can read only. You cannot create, and other one is write permission. Write permission. What it mean? You cannot create that record, but you can modify that record. Modified means whatever data is available, you can edit that information. But I can control that level of information from the security role. And even write and delete permission. What is the meaning of write delete permission here? You can permanently remove the data from the system. If you have deleted it permanently, you cannot recover it. We have that option, but we can think about like you cannot read that data again if you have deleted it. Share and assign. What is the meaning of share and assign? Even I have given similar example you for share and assign. Okay, for explaining that particular part I need again Excel sheet. Suppose I will give you one example. What is the meaning of here share and assign? share and assign. Okay, so one lead here is, suppose one person is born to buy one car. So car means which car? It has want to, if they are selling a car, and car revenue here is approximate 25 LP lakh. So maybe car 1 and here car 2. Here maybe this is for 35L. Here Rohan and Mohan. Both are working in a lead, different two leads. Car 1, here there is a cost involved for 25 and here 35. So owner of this particular lead is Mohan and Rohan and Mohan. Okay. So suppose he need to connect today with customer and asking, hey, what is the update when you are planning to buy this particular car? So he told like, can you call me tomorrow? But Rohan has a plan. He need to go out for one day leave, and he was working with this particular customer for maybe last 30 days, and he has created this particular record, and this particular leads comes, and he was completely assigned to that particular user. But because customer want to have a call for next day when Rohan is not available, so but because customer told like we have to discuss tomorrow, then what to do? So what happened? Rohan did one thing. Rohan assigned this particular ownership to maybe Sohan. Now new owner is, this is new owner is Sohan. But what happened now, because he assigned that particular one to Sohan, and he explained next day like, hey, this particular car we can give 2% discount, and if you want to buy this one you can go ahead. Now he called and he has taken this particular lead, and now this particular lead owner become this particular new users. Now, the incentive or the performance calculated with this particular owner fields. So now this Rohan become blank here. There is no revenue related to this particular users. Now this revenue becomes with this particular new owner. So if you are going to change the ownership of any record, if the calculation is working based on the ownership, this leads revenue goes to the new users. So that is the record ownership transfer. Now Mohan is very intelligent. He told like, hey, last 2 months I was working with this lead. Only one day I have to go with Rohan, and even the same day he need to connect with that one. So what he did, he had shared this particular lead with Rohan, share with Rohan, with Sohan, but the owner is Mohan here. So he has shared this particular lead with Sohan uh, only for read access. Even we can control this particular sharing part. Either I can give share access, I can give assign access, I can give read, write, and even the delete access as well. But because he has to take all the benefits related to this record, so he has not assigned this particular record to this particular user. Instead of doing that activity, he has shared that record. At least he can work on that particular activity and he can complete that task because he is a part of organization. He has to do it. But there is a difference here. Changing the ownership, assigning the record. Like suppose if one person is leaving from this organization, he has to work. So we have to share all the old record which he is supposed to complete. Now Sohan has to work. But if there is temporary access, we have to give to someone. We can share that record, and even we can unshare that record also after some certain activity. Now you can understand assign and share and how to do that. We can perform that activity maybe if suppose if there is a lead. So I can select that record and I can even assign that particular record. So how to assign? If even if I'm going to assign this particular read, so there is a option like I can assign to me or I can assign to teams or users. I can even assign to the teams. So here I have that option. Users or team, anything is fine. Likewise, I can assign that particular record and I can even share that particular record to someone here. Okay, that is the difference here. Okay, let's quickly complete that part. Now, understanding access level. So we have 5 level of access level here. Access level means you don't have that particular access. None. Basic means users level. Local means view level. PC. Deep means view level or global level. It means user level, parent child level, or parent child level, or view level, or global level. So we have 5 options. I can show you even in the security role. So we'll talk maybe later, otherwise it will take some time. So security role level. So we have those 5 level of access. None, user level, parent child level, BU level, or global organization level. What it means level, I will tell you. Suppose here we can control any activity like you either you can create that record, you can read that record, you can write that record, or you can delete that record. So suppose here even if we have to open any record, so we can give that different level of permission. Like here you can see you cannot edit this one. Okay, which one then we can create? Let's see if we can open that one. This one also you cannot create. Either we can create a new role. Okay, applies to so we have created this role. Now we can edit. Now here you can see here we can control. Suppose there is a Okay, this is a user level. Maybe here, here you can see none, business unit, organizational, parent child level or user level. User level here, parent child business unit, organization level or none. So you have those five level of permission here. I will tell you even what is the benefit of those, uh, roles here. Owner and access team, will discuss AAD group teams here, that we already discussed, Active Directory group teams here. So here analysis, drafting, managing, validation. So here how we are dealing that one. So that suppose if I want to give only this business unit level, like he has to work their own record. So I can give here user level access. User level access means here I can select here, hey, you can create this particular entity record at the user level. Like whatever you are creating, you have to perform that one. And even if we have to give or we have to create a manager level, like he has to create or he has to see their own record as well as their uh, reporting team members. So we have to give role at the parent child level, and one person who is managing all the this sales manager also. So we have to give BU level roles. So he can control or he can create any record at the business unit level. So suppose one person is created, another person also created, and even here we have given create permission, but even here I have given here is the business unit role, suppose. So what happened if we have given read level permission to the business unit level? So they can read all the data which are belongs to this particular business unit, all the data. If we have given in the parent child level, so user can see only their own data as well as their team members data. So likewise, we can control the data access. Data access means whatever data they are doing, either they can modify it, they can read, they can delete at what level. Or what level means either their own level or their parent-child relationship level or their entire BU level. Similarly, if we are giving to the organization level, so it means they can see all data related to the all organization level. So that organization level data, we have to give access level to the top senior top manager, like either CEO, CTO, any finance related top management we are giving on that top level. Otherwise, if a users belongs to this business unit, they can see all the data related to this particular parent child related. If we have given data to the child level, they can see all data related to this particular level. If a user belongs to this one, data may be different. If a user belongs to their child level, data may be different. Hope it's clear. We will cover some more session to make it more understandable. But you have to understand the basic terminology so that we can complete this particular hierarchy. We know this is very complex, but we have to make it easy so that at least we have to understand the basic requirement from the customer, how they are designing their architecture so that we can fulfill their requirement. Understand? Anything we can discuss, or we are over the time? Thank you so much for your time here. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.